is displaying the highest yielding MYGA per guarantee period on the Alpine platform. So these are the leaders in their segment at the moment. In the center area, you have news and notifications. And occasionally you'll see a little training guide from RateWatch or a tech tip, just trying to point out common questions that we have, kind of, like tools that you can use. And then you might also see some news from Alpine itself, posting things that might be relevant that are going on in the office there. So that's the news in the center. And to the right, you have upcoming rate changes. So we will post any new effective rate date here, whether there is a change or not. So we're just either reaffirming the rates that, on the 12th, they're issuing a new rate sheet, or we're also telling you more, which is we have some rate movement with these products. So Global Atlantic has some rate changes occurring on the 12th, and you can open that up to take a peek. But you definitely don't want to be doing case design there. It's just a dashboard to keep you apprised of things going on. You have a most favorite carrier making an update there. This lets you know that that is happening. The next thing that I'll go to is to the actual MYGA grids. So across the top, we have the different product segments classified from MYGA, fixed, indexed, and we'll start with the MYGA grids. So you have numerous layouts depending on how you like to receive the information and look at the grids. It's all user preference, so you have numerous options. The most traditional is the first grid called MYGA product list. And this will display MYGAs in rate guarantee period groupings ascending. So you have the 2-year product segment and then the 3-year product segment. They're sorted by their highest yield first here, descending. And of course, you have the carrier and product name, the rating of the carrier, the maximum issue age, the minimum premium, the surrender charge years, which 99% of the time on MYGAs match. You have the automatic renewal badge. So this indicates this product will automatically renew into a new duration if no action is taken after within the 30-day window. You see that in the pop-up. Free withdrawals for the first year and 2 years plus. So no free withdrawals on this product until year 2, and they're 10%. The last change, and this is where you will also see rate changes occurring. And you have an upcoming effective date for Symetra here, just to show you on the 15th. They're staying the same, but you will see red arrows and green arrows up or down, respectively, when there is a rate change on these grids. The current rate and the base rate. So there will be sometimes bonuses and things like that will impact the product, and they'll be listed in these columns. So those are columns. You have street level commissions over here to the far right-hand side. So these are all street level. And that is the layout of the grids. The next thing that I would point you to is clicking on a product name. So this is the basic information, searching and sorting, but you would want to open up a product profile to read about the product. And all of the information within these product profiles is derived from brochures, disclosures, highlight sheets, state approval sheets, everything we can get our hands on, and we centralize all that information in the profiles. And the profiles are, what dictate what comes back in a search. If you're searching in Florida or California, New York, those more difficult states, products that return will fit to a T the filters that you've put inside of the system. On the renewal feature here, so that's referencing that 30-day window, we have all the different renewal features for each product in here. They don't all work the same. They're close, but every single product has nuance. So it's always important to open these up. You can read a little bit more about the product. So everything state-specific, age-specific, premium-specific in the system. You can click across these tabs here. Look at the rates. This is banded. There's $20,000 and $80,000 bands. Here are your minimum contractual values, your minimum fixed rate, your MGCSV. Riders are for lifetime income, not available on this product, so it will be blank. Withdrawal provisions. So if you want to read about the terminal illness waivers, the nursing home waivers, and how they work exactly, you would come down here to withdrawal provisions. This product does not have those features, but where they do exist, they would be in the product profiles. state specific, so that's where, you know, if we have different issue ages and things like that going on, they'll be itemized and listed out here. Rate histories, we cover as much as we can possibly fit within this viewable screen. And lastly, there's the commissions tab. You can hit the print button on the product profile, and you'll receive this PDF here that has all that information in a printable format. So that is a product profile. And then next, you could do a search. So I'll show you an example of using these filters across the top. So I'll pick a more difficult state like California. I'll put in my premium that the client has and their age, super important. When you get higher there in the ages, you know, you become limited in the product return. So always important to fill out these 3 pieces of data when you know. And we will pick a 5-year guarantee period. You can reduce the carrier returns, but that's usually something I would maybe do in a post filter, and I'll show you why in a moment. So we'll do a search. And now we have all the 5-year products coming back, highest first. And this is a list of 22 products, but maybe you want to reduce it a bit. That's where you could pick specific carriers you want to have in this view here. So that's all up to you. You can continue to narrow things down based on these filters and get a smaller list. And also just to point out, here we have, you know, the state-specific versions here that are available in California. Why it's very important to use the search when you have it. From here, you could print the list. You could choose to not display the commissions or display the commissions by using this checkbox. And you could title it for the client if you so wish. And limit the results to, you know, 5, 10, 15. Print all of them. And here's a view of the printable list of products. So this is from the MYGA product list. And you have your filter there so you know what you were searching for. And there's my title. So that is a print list. Next, we have one more better. I kind of noted that you can reduce more by adding more filters, but we also have this collections tool here. So think about this, your product collection, as a checkout cart. And what you can do is you can hand pick specific products you would like to have printed. So that will print only those 3 products in a list. That's a reducer. And then next we have the advanced search. So more to the filters. If you have very specific client needs, you can come in here and set a range of different options to search for. So we did 5-year only products. You could do 5-year or less. So you'll end up with the 3 and 2-year segments and 4 if they exist. If they have a need for access to their money right away, that's where you would start clicking off these items. So these are the free withdrawal options. So you want to ensure that all the products that come back have access to the money right away. And then you have your waivers. So if the client has a concern with those, you know, nursing home, long-term care, terminal illness, you can check off the functions here and only products with those features come back. There is one new thing that we've added, so we're always open to feedback. Anytime you're looking for something or run into something over and over, feel free to let us know, let Greg know, and he can communicate it to us. But a new feature that we added is the SC Renews. With MYGAs being so popular right now, it was posed to us that people would like to be able to search for MYGAs that don't automatically renew and separate them. So we added a filter for that. So I'll hide that advanced search. And then we'll just take a little peek at the other views so you know what they look like. We'll go to the MYGA top rates view. And the filters stay stuck. So just so you know, when you're navigating around, if you have a search, it will hold in place as you navigate. This is the top rates grid. It's just a different layout. Again, request from clients. We take the feedback and we build some different views. So this is a more condensed view. Obviously, you can fit more viewable products on the screen. And the print list will also look a little bit different. So we'll use that format. So that's top rates version of the print.
Andy, can I just jump in real quick?
Go for it.
So, guys, I just want to make sure you do not underestimate the power of this technology. We are making this available for our producer partners at no cost, provided you have contracts with us, do a certain amount of production. Everything is spelled out under our Fast Start program. You'll see it, it's there. This particular powerful piece of technology, this software platform that Andy and his team developed, is really going to be important when you need to defend the transaction. When someone says, well, why did you sell me this versus something else? You can print off this report, keep it in the client's file, and say, I looked at these other two things, and this is what I was able to come up with as the best interest of the client. That's for those of you that are securities licensed. If you're not securities licensed, you still want to operate this way because the National Association of Insurance Commissioners has come up with a standard that's going to go across the entire country, which includes the same thing, the fiduciary standard. So you might as well get into the habit of being able to back up all the sales that you're making on the annuity platform by using a program like this. This is not the only program out there. You can pay $1,000 a month for different software programs if you want. We're giving it to our producer partners here as being part of our group. All right, Andy, keep going.
You got it. And so this is the top rates view. So it's just a little bit different of a layout. The next one I'll go to is what we call the detail sheet. And now the detail sheet is not what I would call a rate board. It is a features board. So it lets you know what's available for features in that product. And anytime you see a half moon on this screen, which because we're qualifying it for California, it's always going to give a positive. You know, it's not going to give you a no because it's filtering. But if you did not have a state selected, you would maybe sometimes see a half moon. And the half moon means that a specific waiver is not available on given states. So again, in the product profile, we denote on the withdrawal provisions area, nursing home, not available in Massachusetts. You know, that's a common instance. So we will tell you where certain waivers are not available for a given state. MYGA search is the advanced search. It's just a menu version of this button here. And next we have side-by-sides. So this is like a column creator of a policy side-by-side. And you simply click on the carrier, the duration you'd like to have, and I'll just grab 3 of them. Going a little quick here, but I'm just picking 3 products. You know, it's pre-populating for me here, so pretty simple. And it's using the California filters that we have in place. And here you have the side-by-side. You can print this. You know, you are captive to maybe about 4 or 5 products. You can only fit so much on one given screen. We've recently made an update as well that if you want to do lots of products, the extra products that couldn't fit side by side on the landscape print, they will go onto another grouping of paper. So you could actually lay them out on a desk and you'd have a bunch side by side. But, you know, if you want to fit it onto one landscape, you're probably limited to about 4 or 5 products, just what we can fit, you know, obviously on a piece of paper. To Greg's note about disclosure, on the side-by-sides, there isn't a signature page. We may include this in the future on other reports, you know, due to the nature of the things going on that Greg highlighted. And what this does is it will include a page for the client to sign of the information presented. So there is a signature page that can be included.
Andy, we do have one question. What question came up? Can you search for companies based on ratings?
Yes, that was the ratings column. So if we go back up to one of the regular grids, we got the ratings drop down right there.
Good.
There are the ratings. That's the side-by-side. So after the side-by-side, we have this last item. It's a new feature we've included on the system, and this permits you to go into our grids. If you ever have the need to try to look up a very old policy, a product you haven't heard of, or it's perhaps been retired for a decade, those situations occur. We have this system where you plop in a date into the historic field here, and it will port you back to our grids on that date where you could open the product up and look at the profile. So you do have to put in a date there, and you might be prompted for payment to unlock that. So that one's based on the user, and it's up to you. It's just our ability to try to give you access to our 25 years of product data we have. So it is accessible that way if you so choose. So that is the whole MYGA segment. Any questions before I go to the next grouping, traditional fixed?
Someone did ask one question, is this defaulted to New York State?
No, the default is everything. So when you land on a grid, you would have blank. So I'm clearing the search. That will remove my California filters I had in my scenario. And the default is everything. So you would need to execute the search with New York.
Perfect. Another question, will these comparisons pass for compliance option search? So the question here is this Reg BI compliant in your world? Have you guys made that type of certification or obtained that? And if not, I can tell you, Chuck, based on our discussions with the Home Office, that they would use this as a way to help with Reg BI. But Andy, you answer the way you need to answer.
Yep, it's completely up to the discretion of our firms and the advisor whether they use these for their disclosures. We work with many institutions who use us for their account opening processes. They save our documents and also record some of the information we have on the products in their own disclosure forms. So it's completely up to the distribution, how they leverage this.
Perfect. I want to thank everybody for coming on to today's call. I'm going to throw up a very quick, very quick advertisement. We have a Fast Start program, Engage, Activate, and Grow, January 15th through April 30th. Please call your advisor here on the team, your wholesaler, Terry Robinson or Sal Guggenheim, to learn more. I'd ask you to take a screenshot, follow us on our social media pages. We really would like to increase our following. And there's our number. So if you have anything that you need to reach us, please give us a call directly. Andy, I want to thank you again for your help, for doing everything that you do, and for being a good partner of Alpine Brokerage North.
Absolutely.